This cop goes to prison over an ATV accident. Let's get into it.
Welcome back, everybody. Today, I've got a heartbreaking story for you guys, but it results in a little bit of justice. Today's story comes from Detroit, Michigan, from 2017, August 26. 15-year-old Damon Grimes was riding his ATV down some residential streets. The chase lasted a little bit less than 5 residential blocks when now fired state police trooper Mark Bessner fired a taser at the driver of the ATV, causing it to flip, killing the operator. Now right here on screen you can see the police chasing the ATV, and right there at the end you can see the ATV bounce off something and appear back into frame.
He flip, yep. Alright,
In the surveillance video released by a nearby business, it does look like the police might have their lights and sirens on. However, when viewed from a different angle, and with a timer indicating the point of impact, we can see that it took over 20 seconds for the cops to actually put their lights on. The question still remains whether or not CPD actually had lights and sirens on and were trying to pull over Damon Grimes.
Yeah, he's got a pulse and he's breathing. He's unconscious. Clear.
Multiple other units arrive on scene.
Oh, 09, he slowed down. We tased him and he crashed out.
This police officer is Mark Bessner. He's the one who fired his taser out of a moving vehicle at the driver of another vehicle, an ATV, at a minor, 15 years of age, with no protective gear, no helmet, which is indeed a violation of department policy. Everything you guys are watching is from body cam, dash cam, and nearby surveillance video. However, Detroit Police Department never released the dash cam footage from the actual vehicle that was chasing Damon Grimes.
He's breathing, yeah. Let's get his brain.
Damon Grimes. Grimes. That's really...
That's not good. That's why he's cruising.
Can you get a mask out of them?
Units at Gratiot and Rossini. EMS is coming from Gratiot and Houston Whittier.
Covered the camera up to say that about a 15-year-old. Covered the camera up, that's crazy. That shows you what kind of cop he is.
That's not good.
That's
That's why he's cruising.
Can you get a mask out of
Why y'all covering up the camera?
Units at Gratiot and Rossini. EMS is coming from Gratiot and Houston Whittier.
Don't run from the state police to get fucked up.
Wow. They're saying this about a 15-year-old.
Yeah. He had a strong pulse when we got here. It's real faint.
Try to wipe his face a little bit and get that feel with the mask.
I got blood all over his head. I can't use it. Right here.
Okay, unit said that Rossini and Gratiot, medics should be pulling up in less than a minute.
And they act like they don't even give a damn. You can tell they don't care if that kid dies.
Tell him to get over here, for Christ's sake. Come on, fellas. Is that his phone? Yeah.
As EMS arrives, several of the police officers involved turn off their body cameras. However, one activates her body-worn camera.
Why are they cutting their body cams off?
Should we give them like an escort or something to St. John's? Should we give them an escort to St. John's?
Wow. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. For a 15-year-old kid, dog, you're a sick motherfucker, bro.
Should we give them an escort to St. John's?
Not for him. But for who? Who should you give escorts to then? Who deserves an escort if a 15-year-old kid doesn't? But you're black, bro. I don't know if you noticed that blue don't cover up that black, my boy. That is insane.
They got license items.
Yeah.
We only do that for police.
Okay.
Enter onto the scene Officer Aubrey Wade. Now,
Bitch.
did you hear what this guy said? The female officer was just asking for an escort for the person that her department just murdered. However, Officer Aubrey Wade said no. We only do that for police officers. Just another harsh reminder that the police officers are not here for us. They are only there for themselves. At this point in time,
He didn't just say no. You got to add the other part. He said hell no. And you got to add that in there because of like the severity of the situation. You got to add that in there to let you know what kind of person he is.
Officer
is
Wade
crazy.
had 22 years on the force, and because of this incident, was demoted back to a regular officer. More about that in a moment.
Motherfucker should have been fired.
The officer was shot.
I didn't know they were chasing a four-wheeler.
It took a full 10 minutes for ambulance crews to transport Damon Grimes. Doctors pronounced him dead on arrival. He was only 15 years old.
That's a grown ass man.
He's 15.
Like 5-1.
Where's his mom at?
No way. He's a badass 15. I'm sorry, man. I ain't no 15 is no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? No 15 around for bullshit. Motherfucker want to be grown, act grown, then try
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
to deal with it.
What happened? What happened?
They tased his ass while he was driving, causing him to flip an infection.
Why the hushed tones? I mean, thank God this one cop that pulled up on scene as soon as she got there turned on her body cam and caught all of that. Otherwise, these cops would still be free. 3 outcomes in this
And
case.
the crazy part is, the rest of the cops are probably going to start treating her like she's like an outsider for doing the right thing.
Number 1. On December 27th, 2019, just a week ago, courts ruled that the family of Damon Grimes would receive $12 million for the wrongful death. As mentioned before, Officer Wade was demoted for this incident. However, Ethan Berger and Sergeant Jacob Liss, another supervisor on scene, Ethan Berger being the driver of the vehicle that the officer Mark Besner fired the taser out of, the driver and the supervisor both resigned. However, Mark Besner himself is now currently sitting in prison serving 5 to 15 years for involuntary manslaughter, which is not only rare, but it's actually kind of a blessing, because in this case, for the charges that Besner was facing, the mandatory minimum was only 38 months. However, the judge decided that since this officer should have known better, the mandatory minimum was placed at 60 months, which is 5 years. And I think that one of the big reasons why she did that is because Mark Besner, the officer that fired the taser, has an actual law degree. So not only should he know better because of his training, but he should know better because of his education. The judge told Besner that he had abused the public trust placed in police officers. And yes, we would all agree, it is very difficult to place any trust in any law enforcement officer when we have people doing stuff like this. Now, out of that $12 million, $4 million are going to go to the lawyers of the family, and obviously it's not going to bring back their son. Unfortunately, we still have dirtbags like this still on the streets, but 3 will no longer be in law enforcement. That concludes our story today. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate your support.
Rest in peace to that young man. Rest in peace to, I forgot his first name. I know his last name was Grimes. Let's go back. Let's get his name. What was his name?
Residential block. 15-year-old Damon Grimes was...
Damon Grimes. Rest in peace to Damon Grimes. Shout out to that judge that made sure she gave him the mandatory minimum as well, even though it's 5 years. But he deserves every bit of that 15. You shot a kid on a bike while you were driving with a taser, and while he was driving as well. It's never that serious, bruh. It's never that serious. And first of all, when has a cop ever done that? When did y'all start shooting tasers out of? When did cops start shooting out of windows anyway? That's against the law. Even if I'm hunting, if I get caught shooting out my window, that is against the law. I can get a ticket for that or go to jail for that. So why are you doing it? Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure y'all subscribe to my second channel. That link is in the description. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. I'm gone.